I was at a retreat in Lanzarote in May, and something really quite, I don't want to say extraordinary happened. It was just more of a magical moment that got me to see the beauty of life. And then when we're just being who we are, I wouldn't say shit shows up. Things show up for us out of the blue. So I was having a chat with Chip Chipman, who was one of the facilitators, and I got really, I kind of wanted to ask him about how to grow my business, and you know, it kind of came from that frenetic, insecure energy. And he shared a story with me that got me really reflective and really quiet. And he was talking to me about how he had made a difference in prisons in Florida. He'd been working for a company, and the boss of the company could see that he was making a really big difference to his business in doing the work that he was doing with his managers. And it occurred to the boss that there was more that this understanding could do for people that really needed it, like people in prisons. So, and whether it was that or whether Chip went to him to say that he wanted to do this project and take people and take this understanding into prisons, I can't quite remember. But the point was that there was an idea that was born in wanting to take the principles behind life into somewhere that could really make a difference to those that might need it the most. So it was presented, and Chip was like, well, this is going to be a long, long project. And it's not something that is going to take, you know, a day or two. It's going to be over a few years. And the boss said, fine. And he paid for it. And so Chip was kind of in a really, very much taken aback by that. Because it didn't take much of an effort to kind of create something that he was really excited to do. But what he realized was that when he was just being who he truly was, without pretense or without anything like, wow, that he was magnetizing opportunities to him, because there was nothing getting in the way of that. The insecurity wasn't getting in the way. And I see insecurity almost like static, kind of gets in the way of what we really want and what we really desire. So we had this conversation, and I shared it with the group because I got really impacted by it. And as I was sharing with the group, little did I know what was actually going to unfold in the next 24 hours. I shared that with the group around 10:30 in the morning, and then at around 11 I just checked my email and found a message in my inbox from this lady that I'd met about 2 or 3 years ago at a network meeting, and she was a journalist, and she was asking me whether or not I'd like to get on ITV This Morning. And I was like, well, I can't. I'm actually in Lanzarote. I can't do that. So I emailed I kind of texted my husband, and I said, look, I've got an opportunity to get on ITV This Morning. Is that something that, you know, is doable, do you think? Because I'm here in Lanzarote, I'm not sure. And he said, sure. Oh my God, yeah. So I emailed back and I said, look, I'll do it. I was feeling really insecure in that moment, thinking, oh God, you know, thinking that I was feeling my future. Anyway, she then got back to me and she goes, okay, great. Then a couple of hours later, she goes, sorry, they pulled it. And this is apparently what happens on TV. They pull things a lot. So they'll go, yeah, let's go with this. And then they'll go, nah, we're not interested in doing that anymore. There was kind of a bit of relief for me because I was like, okay, cool, I don't have to leave. I can just hang here. 2 hours later, she then emails me back and goes, no, we're on. So suddenly this frenzy of needing to get a flight, needing to get back there, needing to, because it was a 4-hour flight to get there. Packed all my things. At the time I was breastfeeding my boy and I'm like, what am I doing? You know, I'm leaving my little boy. But somehow I knew that it would be something that would be, somehow I knew that in that moment I wanted to go, I wanted to experience this. So I'm on the way to the airport and the lady who's organising all of this calls me and she says, look, by the way, I can't seem to get a ticket for you. Are you willing to fly to Manchester? Because I can get that online right now. And I said, no, wait. I had this feeling that if I got to the airport, I'd be able to get a ticket there. And she goes, oh, I don't want, no. And I was like, no, just wait, let's just wait. I was feeling really calm and it's like, no, let's just wait until I get to the airport. So I got to the airport and I said, look, I don't have a ticket yet. Is it possible to get one? And they're like, well, no, it's not. And, you know, you're a bit late. And I insisted and I said, are you sure? Because usually it's quite easy to get them. Oh, no. Oh, well, let me ask. Anyway, in the end, she pointed me in the direction of the lady that I could get the ticket from. There was a space. I got on that flight and I got to the UK and they paid for my room and I got a taxi into London the next day. The next hour was the most surreal hour of my entire life. But it taught me something very profound. And as I was sitting there getting my makeup done, I realised that 3 weeks before I'd been sitting in my flat in London going, wouldn't it be kind of cool to be on ITV this morning? And it only occurred to me while I was getting my makeup done that I had actually had that thought. And I was sitting next to Denise, who does the psychology stuff. And I'd always kind of weirdly wanted to meet her. And so I'm sitting there getting my makeup done. I'm like, weird. I'm sitting next to this lady. I'm getting my makeup done. I'm just about to go on national television. Anyway, I get on to national television and I'm sitting there and meets Philip Schofield. I meet, and what I really got to see is we are the dreamers of a dream. I was sitting there in this made up place and they were made up as well and I was made up and we were all being actors on this stage. And I really got to see that we are the dreamers of this dream, that we're dreaming this and that... Anyway, after the interview, I got back and now I look back and I'm like, did that even happen? But the experience of it was what was really lovely. Like getting on television, but it was just that weird situation where suddenly you're in the situation you've never been in before. But what I got to see was that when we're just being who we are again, we magnetize things towards us. So we don't need to kind of strive to get things or make things happen necessarily. What if it's more about just being more of who we are?